Oh yeah. Yeah, party people. All right, sweet. We're in. What's up, everybody? What's up?
If your girl only knew
Yeah.
you was trying to get with me.
All right.
If your girl only knew that you was kissing her to talk to me, she would probably leave you alone. She would probably curse you out and under her phone. And she'd be glad
Pretty sure we are
she
live.
was gone. She wouldn't have to worry. If your girl only
Yeah.
knew
So,
that I
what's up, everybody? We are going to stream a setup of a 5-inch drone. It's going to be awesome. It is a beast. It's a demi-bot. Well, it's like a demi-bot frame, knockoff frame. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. Don't judge me. Anyway, I designed some stuff for it, some feet, but we just put it all together. We wired it all up, but now we got to do it in Betaflight. So I'm going to walk you through, since I figure that's something that a lot of people have questions about sometimes. So we got Betaflight here. We're going to plug her in. We're going to totally reformat it, and then we're going to start fresh. And I'm going to just run it through, kind of speed running, right? That's what the kids say, speed running it.
if your girl only knew
I have just plugged the drone in.
if your girl
We're gonna go through this like from. We're gonna go from like totally reconfiguring it. So what you first want to do is go to your update firmware side and then hit auto detect. This will tell you what kind of board you have. You want to remember that, because when you get into your first flashing, you're gonna have to figure out what this is. So auto detect iFlight F722 Twin G, cool. We're gonna go back to connect. Get back into the drone. This is a new flight controller, so we're just gonna go into the CLI. We're gonna type in BL. This puts the drone into bootloader mode. And you should see up here how it says STM32 bootloader. When I first plugged mine in, it didn't say that up there. The problem was you got to go to this thing here for the Impulse RC driver fixer. So what we did by typing in BL was putting the drone into bootloader mode. You should see there's like just a red light on the flight controller. Can you see this? Yeah, just a red light as opposed to the regular blinky lights. This means the drone's in bootloader mode. It's ready to be flashed with new firmware. We're putting new firmware on the drone. Betaflight 4.5.1. I also got to make sure I get a new song queued up, because this is how I keep myself honest on how long it's taken to do all this. Tell everybody how to do it. DJing and setting up a drone at the same time. Bootloader, update firmware. Now remember, we had to remember what that was. iFlight F722 Twin G means twin gyro. That's F405. Nope. F722 Twin G. Here we go. Okay. Make sure you put all your appropriate stuff in here, like Crossfire is my radio protocol. If you're going to use the DJI Air unit for S-Bus, make sure you pick S-Bus. That'll frustrate you later. This kind of stuff, you can get rid of it if you have a small computer like an F4 and you've run into computer overload problems. You can install less stuff here, but I wouldn't worry about that right now. Get this guy. You hit load online firmware on the bottom there, and then you hit flash firmware. This is a complete erase, new setup of a, I think it's an iFlight Success thing. I don't know what it is, but it's a F7 2 gyro. So you'll see it's erasing, it's formatting. This is the same for any drone, any setup you get. You're going to go through this process to flash Betaflight for the first time. So it's erasing. Maybe I'll get the camera over here so you can actually see what the drone's doing. Records are cool and all, but let's put it like right up in the drone. Yeah. There we go. Start new record. There we go. That's not the song I picked. This is interesting. I don't know how that song's even playing on that deck. That's crazy. Let's put this here. And we'll put this over here. Not DJing. Oh, I know what happened. There it is. No, that's not the one I wanted either. Whatever. We really fell apart there with the DJ problems here. This is the song I wanted. Here we go. Okay. This looks like it did its thing. We're going to unplug. Actually, yeah, I'm going to unplug it. Okay, we're back. Plugged in for the first time. Go up to connect. Now, keep the drone on a flat thing and then hit calibrate accelerometer here. Now remember, we're taking this from the very top. This is like a fresh drone, brand new. So we're going to take it just the way I would set it up from the top. Here we go. Hope everybody's ready. There's currently nobody watching, but this is for posterity, not for the live stream. Okay. First on the top we have, the first thing you want to do, you pick up your drone and tilt it. And make sure that it tilts the way that you think it does. Right? When I tilt it forward, I want... Oh, see, actually, this one is wrong. When I tilt it forward, it's going... I don't know if you can see this. When I tilt it forward, it's going up. So that means our flight controller orientation is backwards. So we got to go in here, and we got to get the orientation correct. So I'll show you how to do that. If you were to take this drone and plug it in and take it off right now, it would go... and it would flip over. So we go into our ports. Top left. No, we go into configuration, top left. We're gonna look over here at board sensor alignment. It looks like right now it thinks that the second gyro is clockwise 90. That's okay. There's two gyros in here. I don't know exactly how that's supposed to be lined up. But right now, when I point the drone down, it goes up. So I'm gonna say let's do a 180 degree yaw adjustment. That means we got to spin the drone 180 degrees on its yaw axis. It's just trial and error. Type in different degree numbers until you figure it out. This should be reacting like I think it should now. When I tip the nose down, it goes down. When I tip it to the right, it goes to the right. Tip it to the left, it goes to the left. That's good. Okay, we're one step away from a spinny takeoff thing that everybody hates. Okay, so we got our configuration right. That's the first thing. Gyro update frequency, you can go down to 4. If it's 8, half is fine. You do not need that much. That's how fast it's taking readings. 8 is overkill. Accelerometer, leave that in. Barometer, I have a barometer on this. You probably don't because it's not very common for some reason. I don't need a crap name. FPV camera angle doesn't matter unless you're using angle mode. It adds a little bit. Okay, arming, this is important right here. Arming, set that to 180 degrees. This allows you to arm at any angle. I don't like having air mode on all the time on my drone, so I'm turning this off. Air mode's going off. LED strip and OSD, that's good, cool. I don't need any of this other stuff. I do want to go over here on the right, and I want to hit RX lost. No, I don't want that, but I do want RX set. That means it'll beep when you hit beeper. Okay. All this looks fine. Save and reboot. We made it through the first tab, guys. We made it through configuration. It's okay. We're speed running, like I said. Power and battery, if you want your warning voltage to be down at like maybe 3.4 if you don't like the low battery warnings as often, but fail safe. You can set that if you want. Land is kind of fun. I don't know if it actually does it, but it might. I've never actually watched it happen. Presets, this is where it gets cool. Okay, so we've got I know I've got ELRS on here, so the first thing I want to do is my RC smoothing preset. So I'm going to go, I'm just going to type in 500 because I know that it is 500 hertz. That's the rate I'm using. So the ELRS. RC smoothing presets are important. Nobody really talks about it, but HD freestyle. It just, you pick your stuff here. HD freestyle, ELRS RX. I have a serial separate RX. It's not part of the flight controller, if it's like in a tiny whoop. And I like to do single cell values. Don't do the rates thing. We're not doing cinematic. Hit save and reboot. The reason why radio control signals are full of noise. We need a new song. They're full of noise, and the smoothing allows you to kind of just filter out some of that noise, which is nice. I gotta. Let's see how this one goes. It's a little remix for you. A remix. Okay, so we got our RC smoothing presets in. I'm also, since it's a 5-inch, now this is where it gets so easy. I'm just going to type in karate freestyle. Boom. Let's see what this guy has to say. D-Shot 600, sure. Make sure you have... Agree. Make sure you have... I guess that we should go through. We should go through the ESC stuff too. Okay. This is making sure that it wants... What do you call it? It wants bidirectional D-Shot. Bidirectional D-Shot means you have it set in your ESC controller that you have selected bidirectional, which is a... Let's see, I'm going to have to share. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. We got our preset on here. No, I guess we can't come back to that because it's important now. All right, you got to open up a... I got to figure out how to share the YouTube window with you guys real quick. Hold on. Window capture. YouTube. I mean, Chrome. Okay, here we go. We got to go into... Okay, first thing you got to do is disconnect from Betaflight and turn off Betaflight. What we're doing is we're going into the drone's actual ESC settings. So ESC Configurator is a free website that allows you to do this. Now remember, unplug the drone, unplug Betaflight, unplug everything. You can't be plugged into Betaflight and accessing the ESC at the same time. Also, very important, if you have a radio that's turned on and bound, we haven't got there yet, but turn off the radio because your ESC settings will not save if you are trying to mess with them through while your radio is bound. For some reason, it just doesn't save. Okay. Plug the battery into the drone first. Let's get him on the mic. Alright, she's in. You want your drone to turn on, and then you're going to plug into it while in the ESC. Be sure to not do this for too long because you don't want it to overheat. Alright, we're in. We're going to go connect. Now, you might see whatever over here. This is an ESC configurator. We want to do this no matter what happens to your drone. It should tell you what it's on. Read the settings. It'll read up here. It'll tell you what's on it. You won't see this if it has like BL Heli or whatever. You want to just hit right, flash all ESCs down here. And then you want to select Blue Jay. You want to select, if it's a select GH30 is the type ESC. Don't change that version. We're going to go with the second to latest just because I feel like that one's more stable. And select your PWM frequency. For a 5-inch, you want to do 24. And then you're going to hit flash. You're going to flash all of them. We'll just do it so you see what it goes through. And now you're going to watch it happen through each one of these, all 4 of these. I turn my minimum startup power up on this. If you have a tiny whoop that's not starting one of its motors, you can come in here and push this stuff up. And that usually helps. I'm going to go with motor timing 15 degrees because it's just a bigger drone. I don't want it to be crazy. It's going to go through these. Oh, I ran out of songs again. It was a the Bugaboo remix. Dead Air is my least favorite. Nope. Still don't know how to DJ. Okay. Dead Air. It's the worst. Okay. Let's turn this guy off. Let's see what's going on over here. There it is. There we go. Are we done flashing yet? We're done flashing. We got the music back. We're good. Okay. So minimum startup power, maximum startup power, set those things accordingly. You can also go into Open Melody Editor here if you want. You can set a special tone for your startup sound. It gets old real quick. I wouldn't do it. All right, disconnect. I have the Super Mario as my startup sound, so that hasn't gotten old yet. Let's open up Betaflight again. Remember, okay. I've got my drone in Betaflight here. We've got my ESCs in there properly. Now we know if we go into the PID tuning here and look at our filters, you can see that we have down here the gyro RPM filters. That's the special. That's the good stuff. That's what the bidirectional D-Shot gives you. So let's go into our motors and make sure we have all our motors real quick. Motor poles 14. See, this bidirectional thing needs to be on. Okay. we have not actually verified that these are here yet, so let's do just a little bit, tiny bit. I see. I'm turning on motor 1 right now, and motor 4 is spinning. So, stop the motors. Let's do reorder motors. I understand, of course, there are no propellers on. Click the spinning motor. I am now clicking this top front left one, which is spinning. I'm clicking the bottom left one, which is spinning. Now I'm clicking this one. And I just hurt my finger a little bit. Everybody heard that? Good. Don't do this with propellers on. Okay. All right. Got this going. Very good. And motor direction is next. So, I understand this. All propellers are removed individually. All right, click one. And this one is spinning the right way. 2 is spinning the wrong way. Let's reverse that one. So you click on the reverse. Now it's spinning the other way. Let's click on 3. 3 is spinning the wrong way. Let's click on reverse. Now it's spinning the right way. 4 is spinning the right way. So now we hit close. All that stuff saves. There's no actual like save. Okay. This was the least safe way to do this possible, but we did it. And now I'm going to unplug the battery. We're still plugged in though. All right, now we know we have our motors. I'm going to grab a radio, and I am going to go into the receiver tab. I'm going to turn this radio on, and I have put an ELRS receiver on there I've used previously in other things, so hopefully it'll bind right away. Serial via UART, crossfire. Very good, very good. Oh, but the receiver doesn't turn on unless the battery's plugged in. Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Waiting for it to turn on with the... Oh, you know what? I wonder if this receiver was I wonder if this one has the right... Alright, so it's got some other troubleshooting going on today. We're going to figure out how to get into a receiver that does not have does not bind anymore with what you may be doing. So, okay. Bind receiver, that won't work. What? No, it will not. Hello. Hi Adelaide. Live on the internet right now. How you doing? You good? It's okay. You can make noise. You don't have to be quiet or anything. I'm not recording anything special. It's a live stream. Low maintenance. We're out of songs. Let's go. Yeah. Here we go. I have not found a... Huh. Oh, that's why. We forgot to select Serial RX on port 1. There we go. Save and reboot. Let's see what happens. Although the receiver has been on for a minute, so it may need an actual full battery reboot. Yeah, there we are. Okay, I forgot. We never went through the ports setup. Okay. UART1. If you have plugged into like RX and TX1, that's UART1. There you go. Select that. Get in there. Click this. That's all you need. Everything on these, nothing else should be selected. On UART2, I know that my DJI-R unit is there, so I'm going to turn on the configuration MSP on that. I'm also going to go over here and turn on MSP and DisplayPort. UART3 is not anything. UART4 is not anything. Well, if I had a GPS, it would be used for that, but we're not doing that. So these are the only two we need now. Save and reboot. This is good. Now we've got receiver, hopefully. Let's see. Let's go to the receiver. Yep. Got some of that. That's good. Yay. All right. Pit tuning. We did karate freestyle. Let's see, our rates ended up like 70 and 670. I don't really like those rates. I'm going to do my rates, which would be 800. 800 across the board. Center sensitivity, 100. Oops, not 2100. You know, rates are like, people don't realize how much rates change how you fly, especially the center sensitivity button. Whatever. Expo. Trying to get away from it, but I'm also trying to keep things consistent. So 800 and .3 feels like throttle expo .2. And scale, I'm actually gonna go to 90 just because I don't want to have like, I want a little more resolution. I'm almost never using throttle scale here. This says that I want to only go up to 90%. I'm going to use the whole range of the stick to only do 90% of the throttle because you're probably never using the top end, so this gives you more control and more resolution in the throttle on the lower end. Wow, I'm a nerd. Alright, filtering. Whoa, this looks aggressive. I feel like this is a lot. I feel like it's a lot of filters. This is the preset, but we're just going to leave it. Everything looks good here. I'm going to turn on dynamic idle. We're going to put on to like, let's try 4,500 just for fun in the beginning. Okay, receiver good. Modes. This is where we actually get to the point of like, how do we make the quad actually work? This is where people, you know, arm. First one, you know. Now, if you have your radio actually here, you know, plugged in with you, have your radio, and it's armed. It's bound. When you go here and hit add range, you can actually flick the switch you want. See how it says auto right here? Flick the switch you want. And now where that little thing goes is where it is. So I want it to be armed when I flick to this side. So now that's off. Angle mode, I'm going to put on this switch. And I like everything to be in like a certain position to feel like it's actually off or on. We need another song. See? Keeping my live stream honest by song length. Okay, so this is angle. Reason why I do this is because I want angle and air mode. I want air mode to not be on angle, so I'm gonna hit air mode to only be on when angle and horizon are off. So horizon, add a range, want it there. So now this little switch here, aux 3, right? It shows when it's off, there's nothing. When it's here, horizon is on. When it's here, angle is on. But I also put air mode on that same switch, so aux 3, it's only on in acro. So with the tiny whoop, if you are cruising and you get stuck to a wall, it'll help you drop away from the wall. But I guess with the 5-inch, maybe this doesn't make the most sense. Maybe I'll put air mode on this switch. Yeah, that's off. Okay, air mode's on with this, and then I can turn it off by doing that. All right, that's how we'll do it. For a 5-inch, it's so you can perch. Tiny whoop, you leave it on the same as the mode switch. LED low doesn't matter. OCD disable doesn't matter. We need crash flip. Turtle mode, being able to flip over when you are on the ground. I'm going to put that here, and I like turtle mode there. Turtle mode actually should be all the way up. Nope, leave it there. All the way up will be beeper. Beeper is the other one. Beeper is important, so you can find it. Okay, I want that there. And then, okay, so my switches have arm, beeper, and flip over after crash. That's all I need. Since it's a big drone, I'm going to add pre-arm. That's a little squeeze of a button in order to... So I put it on this triggery button on the back. That way I can pull the trigger and then flip the arm switch. It's easier than just flipping the arm switch. Pre-arm is very important. Will save your fingers a lot. And I'm also going to do... no, I think that's it. Let's hit save. Okay. The last thing that I think I need to do before actually trying to take it off is OSD. Now, as of right now, it doesn't look like much is on there. I don't think it's going to work flat off the bat, so I'm going to go into the presets thing and go OSD. Then the FPV WTF DA, this guy. This usually works pretty well. Map to display port UART2. Let's just hit pick, save and reboot. The other thing you have to do is bind this with your goggles, but I already did that, so I'm gonna put my goggles in and see what happens. Oh, this battery's been on the whole time. Not good. Okay, firmware versions do not match. Use DJI Assistant 2 FPV series to update. Okay, a lot of battery stuff complaining, but I do have voltage. Let's see if I can have a, let's see if I can get like a, let's see if we can get RSSI DBM. I love that. Love my RSSI DBM. And battery current draw. Battery average cell voltage. Let's see if I can get that like somewhere in the middle of the OSD. I do see it. It's kind of like in the middle of the screen. It does not make much sense as to where it actually is, but I do see some elements. This is good. It's very good. I do not see the RSSI DBM for some reason. Maybe because we're not. Whatever's going on, I think we're good. Alright, so let's save that. Get this battery out of here because it's unhappy. And I think that's it, guys. If you have any problems or questions or anything, you know, let me know. It's been real. Thanks. Bye. Stop streaming. How do you stop streaming? Receiver still connected.